There has been a recent report around the Switch 2 that's causing a bit of a stir. And could PlayStation be gearing up for a full court press on the PC? Find out. Up next. What up guys, this is Kalo and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video and welcome to the Level Up. So before we get into today's news, I want to shout out each and every one of you guys. We did it. We hit 500 subs on this here channel. And because it's spooky season, because we're going to be doing our first Twitch stream, I think it's only right we do Nightmare Mode on Phasmophobia for our first stream. So to kick things off this week here, we got another round of Switch 2 rumors. And I gotta say, out of all the ones I've come across lately, this one I just don't believe. Now, of course, we know nothing about this console since Nintendo has been tight-lipped on that matter. But everything we do know has come from leaks, rumors, and all the things making the rounds online. But this rumor was a rather weird one, but again, coming from Nintendo, that's pretty much to be expected. But this one was a little too weird even for them. So MyNintendoNews.com put out this here report that Nintendo is planning to release a version of the Switch 2 without backwards compatibility. This report specifically started with Xbox Era's own Special Nick, who claims that he heard from his sources that Nintendo is currently planning this console, and it will not feature a cartridge slot, so it won't use older Switch games. This, to me, straight out the gate, seems a little bit too crazy, specifically because a while back, Nintendo officially came out to say they want to move as much of the Switch's user base as they can to their next big console. And by cutting off backwards compatibility, you're doing the exact opposite. But there could be something here, even though this rumor specifically is a little outrageous. Last week we talked about the Switch 2 having two models at launch. That classic console experience that will take cartridges and all that fun stuff. But another SKU that could be all digital. We also addressed the fact that releasing multiple iterations of the same console at launch with varying features might be a little confusing. And for what it's worth, Nintendo has been doing just fine releasing one plain console at launch and sprinkling in all the bells and whistles throughout the console's life cycle, like the Switch Lite, OLED, and even the Redbox Switch. Now shifting gears to a story I really hope is true, since the possibilities here would be endless. So this story comes to us by way of TrueTrophies.com, and it suggests that PlayStation is looking to implement PlayStation PC trophies. Now, their data miners apparently came across early groundwork for trophies within Marvel's Spiderman Remastered a while back. Those same data miners claim to have come across a new PS5 trophy list with an additional platform that is being listed as PSPC. This trophy list was just listed as a trophy set, and it wasn't attached to a specific game, but it was more of just a test. But the interesting bit here is when they did a little more digging. They claimed that PSPC listing referred to a whole new platform that is separate from the PS5, but could still connect to it. Now, this could hint at a whole lot of different things here, ranging from more games coming to the PC within the next few months, or basically if you're playing the game on Steam and you're signed into your PSN account, everything lines up and you get your trophies there. But I got something better. What I'd like to think is happening here is PlayStation could, and I want to stress the word could, be setting up a launcher of sorts that lives natively on the PC. And just think about it. Recently, they've been making a push in the PC market with releases from The Last of Us and the God of War franchises. So in theory, if Sony releases a launcher, you could buy their games straight from them. And you can play them off their own app in one big ecosystem for PlayStation. I also think in a business sense, this makes plenty of sense for PlayStation to have their own launcher and make money directly instead of having to pay Valve to host their games on Steam. This is something I can see taking full form by the end of this generation for PlayStation, because I think a move like this for PlayStation is too good of a prospect to fail. But with all that being said, I'm going to pass this question off to you guys. Would you be down for a PlayStation launcher off the PC? For me, 1000% yes. I just don't understand why they didn't do this sooner. But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video. And this has been the Level Up.